Hello. So, the trade that we placed this morning materialized the win. We passed the phase one and then we got funded. Wasn't always like this. This was the trade. I've shown it all in advance. And I'll continue doing so. Fully aware that from this point in time, it will switch over to the futures market because this is actually what it was applicable to. Remember, these CFD charts just they derive their data. They derive their data from the futures markets. So yeah. So okay. So we shorted here, as I had said in advance. Like, there's no BS around here. Okay. So and like, of course I was bear in mind, I am excited and I'm happy for myself, but you know, it's always important too to remember and reconcile the fact that, like, each trade that you've put on, like, I'm now on a win streak of setups of 19. One setup can be diverted across however many accounts I'm working with, right? So, hang on, there we go. Funded again. Just got the account details through my phone. But I do just want to say and point out the fact that, like, I'm not hiding my emotions, and I'm not like, or I haven't been hiding my emotions, or I'm not trying to, like, come across as if he's just stoic and all this and that. No, yeah, I was very happy when I passed, but then I did also then kick back into the reality of, like, well, at the end of the day, from this point right here, we went short based on how the market was set up top down as a 7 in the morning. And then as a 7 in the morning, how the 1 hour chart set up, and how as a result would be most appropriate to see the 1 hour chart set up like, in order to go inside with that most probable direction that the market was poised to push in over the first couple of hours of European morning trading session. Now, as of this point in time, the prices that were available and defined the market were around the price of oh, bless them. Yeah, so they were trading at around around 370. So around this area. Now, those prices that define the market that were sat in this area, how they were most probably likely to be interacted with from this point over the course of the next few hours, based on how next step higher time frames were set up, with regard to how those next step higher time frames at hand pushes were set up, and as a result, how they were likely to keep on pushing over the next in-play bar. and therefore what primary direction that next in-play bar relative to the time frame being referred to is likely to primarily push in based on the existing structure angle and how the previous most recent bar closed prior to the bar being assessed. That encapsulates the given day's trading period closed like amongst the existing structure, and then how that existing structure of the at and push in play compares to the previous at and push what was in play, and then as a result, what the most probable direction regarding momentum is likely to primarily unfold in over the course of the next in-play bar. So, like, for example, like over the next in-play bar. And so yes, we did have this, like, somewhat of a conclusion based on how high time frames were set up, what the most probable direction was the market was poised to push in. But can we be sure whether there's going to be participants that are going to take those actions, what are needed to facilitate that movement? No. The contracts that were placed bid and offered at this area, there was multiple price levels. It would be more clearly seen in the 1 minute. If I had Bookmap, I would show that. But so we shorted at 10.15. We're about here. Now you can see that, like, you can see the price ladder. So like 70, 65, 60, etc., etc. All the contracts that were placed either bid or offered in this area must have had to have been market participants there willing to interact with those prices and the contracts placed at those prices in regards of like perceiving the worthiness of the underlying product, the quantity of the underlying product situated at the price that it was, and the amount of contracts that were placed there for then market participants to agree upon trading the underlying product at those prices in the particular fashion that would either facilitate higher prices, meaning higher price movement, or lower price movement. Now obviously I don't look at the 1M, I'm just showing you because it's a bit more clearer to distinguish like where the market traded to, like, from and after. But ultimately you can view it on the 15M. So from where the prices that define the market were situated, meaning best bid, best offer, highest price that there were market participants willing to bid for contracts to buy the underlying product, in this case to buy the specific standardized minimum quantity of the underlying product being traded at the specific price, and then obviously the lowest price offered, which is just the lowest price that there is a passive participant willing to agree upon selling a minimum standardized quantity of the underlying product at the lowest price in that moment. Now, the contracts placed at these prices, best bid, best offered, must be interacted with in whatever fashion that's needed to dictate whatever particular type of price movement. Now, that's why I determine how each at-hand push is set up as of a key time period, and how it's likely to keep pushing over the subsequent in-play bar. So anyway, yeah, that's it really. I don't have a crystal ball. I just follow my analysis and of how each at-hand, like, comprised of discerning how each of the time frames are considered as at-hand push and play is set up and structured and poised to keep pushing, like, or not to keep pushing, or nearing being done pushing, or unclear. And then comparing the existing structured setup state of the at-hand push and play with its previous at-hand push, and seeing where it spans over the previous at-hand push's range regarding its low and high, and how it is structured. So, yeah. Nice 1 hour bar close. It closed at 10. Now, the most recent 15M bar prior to that, which also closed when the 1 hour nice bar close confirmed, that can also be the entry bar. Did it form nice in regards of a sufficient anatomic bar close? No, it didn't. Did the next? Yeah. Was there sufficient playable range? Yes. Relative to 15M or 1 hour? Yes. Go short. I placed my stop loss initially just above, and I decreased it because I thought it was necessary to do so to 10, which was half of this week, which also made sense too. So, yeah, done it again. But it's just the early start. It's just the early days. So yeah, done everything else in advance. Don't really need to say much more.